Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Hard 100, a video series documenting the culling of my collection from what it is to what it's going to be, and that is a Hard 100 games. There are certain game mechanics that I do not particularly enjoy. One of the things that I do not enjoy is auctioning. I understand the allure of it, like, oh, you, me, oh, who's gonna get it, who's gonna go out? Auctioning feels like poker minus poker. So it's always like, hey, I'm gonna go, you gonna go, I'm gonna go, you gonna go, hit, you gonna hit. It's some kind of a weird thing. I've never really been a big fan of it. Some of the games that I do enjoy has an auction element in it, and I don't particularly care for it. So for example, Rex, the Twilight Imperium kind of Dune repeat, it has some auctioning in it, and it's okay. I played a game recently by a designer that I really enjoy, and this game is supposed to be a quote-unquote classic. So here we go, ladies and gentlemen. I might not have an eye for it, but that doesn't mean modern art. Modern Art by Reiner Knizia, and this one is by Cool Mini or Not, aka Simon, is a game in which you and a handful of players are in charge of an art museum. You are going out there to purchase art and then to sell that art. And whoever has the most arts at the end wins. Whoever has the most money at the end wins, but you do that via art. On your turn, you're going to do something very simple. You're going to take one of your many cards in your hand. There's going to be a handful of colors, and you're going to lay that down in front of you. That's going to do two things. One, it's going to be the art that's up for sale. How do you get that sale done? Auctions. All auctions all the time. Any kind of auction you've ever seen in a game, it's in modern art. The first type of auction that you may see is an open auction. It's a little wide eyeball at the top. You put it down, everyone just starts screaming numbers until someone buys it. Going, gone, sold. The next type of auction is a one offer auction. So we go around and everyone gets to make one offer. This obviously benefits the dealer and the last player the most because they can just the Price is Right it and take it for an extra $1 more. We'll get back to that in a second. And then the highest bidder gets it. The other type of auction that it can be is a hidden auction. This is the traditional one that you probably are the most familiar with. Everyone takes their money, they put it in their hand, they turn it up, and whoever has the most is the winner. The dealer wins ties. Lastly, there is a fixed auction price. So for example, the dealer will say 100, and then the first person to pay that 100 gets it. If no one pays it, then the dealer themselves has to buy it for that 100. Any of the auctions that go off, whoever wins pays their money to the person auctioning it, so the dealer. And if the dealer wins, it just goes to the bank. Now, the fifth type of thing that can happen is called a double auction. You lay down a card with a little hammer and an X2, and then you play another one from your hand, and that's the type of auction, but now both pieces are up for bid. And if you don't have it, it goes to someone else and they're the actual dealer. It's a lot of auctions, but it's pretty easy to understand. Why are you auctioning off all this, and why are you getting this? Well, money. Money makes the world go round, and that's how you win modern art, is by having the most money. The amount of money you get, however, is different based on how many paintings have been sold this round. The first round's a little wonky. It is kind of weird. At the end of the round, whichever artist has the most paintings gets a little 30 token, and bloop, all their paintings sell for 30 this round. Whoever has the second most is 20, and then 10. Easy peasy. But on the second round, let's say the person who sold 30 last round only sells the third most, so they get a 10, but now all their stuff sells for 40. Kind of stacks up, but if your artist didn't sell anything this round, doesn't matter what happened last round, they don't get any money. This game is pretty good. The first round is kind of a non-existent round. It's very similar to Chinatown in that way, where the first round is basically an extended setup. You don't really know what you're doing. You don't really know how much the paintings are going to be worth. And a nice twist, the paintings that are out there, there's a little bit of card counting, but there's so much that it's really hard to keep track. There's a certain number of cards based on the color on the board, well, whatever. As the game went on, it became more of a game. At first, it's just an activity, whatever. But at the end of the second round, something clicked. And I was like, oh, I see what's going on. I need to sell more of these, so I need to hold on to these cards, because between each round, you'll get a few more cards. But before the last round, you don't get shit. So if you don't have any cards left in your hand, you can participate in auctions, but nah. So towards the last round, people might be analysis paralysing and being like, how much would I bid on this? Because if I bid any less, then I'm not going to blah, 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 blah. It's a mathy game because Dr. Knizia is a mathy dude. I enjoyed it. Here is my problem with the game, and if I ever play Modern Art again, I will not use the ones. The money in this is 1, 5s, 10s, 20s, 50s, 100s, and it's thousands, so it's 1,000, 2,000, 100,000, whatever. The bidding back and forth for $1, oh, I bid 30, I bid 31, I bid 32. Get the fuck out of here. That is boring and tedious. So if I ever play this game again, I'm going to get rid of all the ones, and it's just 5, 10, 15, 20, 35, I bid 40, 40, 40, 44, 45. Because it also makes the auctioneer a little less thematic because they're just kind of waiting and they can't really call for bids. It's a good time. I don't know, housekeeping. 3 to 5 players. We played this with 4. It was fun. I felt like there was enough to go around and there was enough to really make it feel tense, to be like, oh, if I don't get it, someone else is gonna get it. And there was enough going on around the table to be like, ugh! I don't think adding an extra player would take away from it or add to it. 4 seems good. I feel like 3 isn't enough, but it might be. Some of the auctions favor less if there's less players than if there are more. Ages 14 and up, I don't even fucking know why anymore. I'm not even sure I care. Although all of the art in this game is done by actual artists. And there's a little theme, and when a painting goes up for auction, you can kind of tell a little story. Maybe some of the art is a little provocative, maybe? I don't even remember, I don't think so. But in the back of the rule book, there's actually a little biography on all of the artists, so it's a really nice touch. And then 60 minutes. The game is pretty short, but it can be even shorter. That first round, I think if you set the precedent that the first round is simply for a setup. You're not really gonna know what paintings are what. Some paintings come up more than others, but nah. So Modern Art. I enjoy the way they do auctions because they give you a wide variety of auctions. The auctions mean something. The money doesn't go to the bank, it goes to the other players. And if I'm giving you $100,000 for this, you're gonna be able to use that money later. If I see a player kind of running out of money, I can kind of push them a little bit further. Modern Art by Reiner Knizia is a good game. I don't have any other real auction games that I can think of in this way. Zularetto kind of does that push your luck thing, because push your luck is just another form of auctioning, right? So Modern Art, you know what? I'm gonna go ahead in the hard 100. I'm gonna go ahead and keep you for a little bit longer. I wanna play you a few more times. The box is concise. I wanna try it without all of the ones. I think the art is lovely. I think the modern art is lovely. It's pretty good. I am not like, oh my God, let's get going ways to like wanna play it right now. But when I played it with the group, they all loved it and they wanted to play it again like now. Maybe I'm missing something, but I want to give it another chance to see if I am. This might be towards the 90 side of the hard 100, so if I'm looking for games to get rid of, we know Space Marine Adventures is out if that happens, but Modern Art's kind of chopping block style towards the top because I do want to play it a few more times. I don't quite want to see it go. I wonder if my family might like it. I don't know. If you like it, let me know. I'm a big fan of Reiner Knizia. I know some of his stuff is a little dry, a little mathy, but I like it in here. I don't know. It broke it down to something pretty simple, and I can't fault it for that. Ladies and gentlemen, once again, my name is Billy. Thank you so much for joining me on this journey. I hope you and yours are well. Peace out.